Play some standard 3-2 rated. See where I'm at. I think, yeah. So 2175. I'm definitely overrated there. That's pretty, not too far above my rating strength, but that's not sustainable for me, I don't think. Or who knows? Maybe at this time control. Playing on the computer, it is a little, because I usually play on my phone, and I know the perspective's a little different. So in this opening, it's a semi-Slav. He's trying to avoid playing bishop d3 because I get tempo, and b3 is a normal move to avoid that capture with tempo. He should play bishop d3 now. He's going to end up playing bishop b2. Control that square. I like to move my rook over, knight here. That way this knight's free because this, I mean, this isn't really a threat. There are some lines where the bishop checks, and because this square is uncovered, a knight here threatens forks. Um, those lines aren't too common. We don't see too many. Normally, the break here for white is just a queenside pawn push. It's effective. It's hard to prevent. But I think black in this opening is perfectly fine most of the time. I don't really mind freeing this up. Take, take. Maybe I take with the queen because I want to leave the bishop available here. Again, I don't mind taking here. If bishop takes, go for the pin here. There's really no tactics on this square. I can play back. Yeah, because this is met with this queen f5 and a simple bishop g6. I'm probably going to play bishop g6 next move either way. This queen's not great. Probably going to bring it over to f4 soon. Real active square. If I bring it now, though, he has this and then he doubles rooks. That's not good for me. Let's I wonder if I should play bishop g6 now. Hmm. Queen f4 is met with rook e4 with advantage. I want to move my bishop here, but I don't want to block the queen from f4. That's the problem with that move. And of course, if I play this, he just takes and doubles my pawns, and that's... I don't mind doubled pawns a lot of the time, but in this case, it's just not ready. I think I kind of just have to play this, though. I'm not in a real good position to play anything else. The only thing is, if I play that, then queen c3, and it's hard to get the bishop back over. Maybe I need to play rook here. Or maybe bishop g6. Maybe that's best. Yeah, let's play bishop g6. No, I can't do that because the pawn... Wow. The pawn's pinned, you see? So bishop g6, the queen just takes. But then the knight guard, so never mind. First game of the night. Y'all forgive me. First game of the night. Queen c3. No. Okay. So now that the queen is guarding f4, I still can't move f4. I have to do something quickly. Let's do this. I'm not going to get to f4, so let's just guard the f6 square. I would assume the evaluation would show white having an advantage here of about a half a pawn. He's definitely controlling these files. He has better pieces. My pieces are in a defensive posture. But I'm not much worse by any means. Till that. I guess I have to play this and let him double. I'm fine. I mean, this is probably pretty equal. He has a slight advantage because of the better pawn structure, but if I clear this out, it's drawn from here. Let's see. Right. Mm, so everything's defended. All my pawns are defended. I'm down a pawn. He definitely has a better position. Can't go here. Don't want to move my pawns. It's kind of like a zugzwang. I can do this. Mm, this is lost. Yeah, this is lost. Very accurate play. Very accurate. Yeah, good game. All right, let's try another one. Play a Papa Gambit. I did a short video last night on the Papa Gambit. That was fun. And the line went just like this. You get to see it in practice. Couple common moves. There. I went over this. It's kind of a computer move, but doesn't necessarily mean they're cheating. The human can find that move. It's just tough to find. Plan to play this. If queen d4 now, knight g to e2 comes with tempo, and then relocate here, and the pawn can't be saved. I don't mind giving up this bishop for this knight. This bishop is the strength of the position. And the queen's not as easily attacked. And now he can't move the b5 pawn for a few moves at least. Do I want to sack this pawn? Yes. If takes h4. Okay, h4 anyway. Again, this queen isn't easily attacked. Can't attack with the bishop, can't attack with the queen. This square is uncovered. Pawn down, I just take, open up the file of the king. This is coming, but I have to make sure this square is covered, or else he can just push and close the position. Sometimes that means doing this. h5 first. He still can't push b5. He needs another move. So do I play h5 and then g5? That is the question. I really don't want to give up this bishop for this bishop. This bishop's the star of the show. If I take, it sacrifices this knight. h5 and g5 seems like the plan. Let's do it. Idea is going to be g5, h takes g5, and then h6. And he's going to have to push. Then I bring a rook over, attacking this pawn. Queen down. He wants to play b5, but I still have the knight guarding it. Let's play this. That's an interesting move. Wasn't expecting that at all. I wonder if this is playable. I don't know how many moves I have to pull this off, but if king over, bishop to c1, and eventually a d3 would be an interesting way to go about that. Most people would probably play this, but I don't really see much promise for that. But I'm starting to run low on time here, and I don't know how much choice I have. I could sacrifice this knight. Pawn up, pawn takes, knight takes, pawn up. Yeah, let's play that. I feel like I have enough pieces pointed at the king. I can bring this knight in eventually after moving the queen, get the bishop out of there, bring the knight in via e4. Let's do it. Yeah. Okay, I think you just gave the pawn back, basically. Right? I'm okay with that. Guarding this square. Now I'm okay giving this bishop up, since the attack's over. What do I want to do here? Whatever I do, I need to do it fast. Mm. All right, I need to move. All right, please run out. Flagged him. That was the worst position for me for sure. Um, I think if we both had 2 minutes left, he'd have won that game. I'm playing. I'm kind of punching above my weight class here. I usually play somewhere around 2,000 level. 2181 is the highest rating I've achieved at any level on any chess server. And let's play. And I don't think this rating is sustainable, but we're gonna try. We're gonna play as long as we can at that rating. Now, this is a really, really common way of playing the Ruy Lopez passively, and I usually like to push d5 here. I don't know. I don't really know objectively how good that is. You can't defend the pawn here because this is hanging now, so you have to defend it this way. Plays knight here and here usually, but on the next move I have the option of playing bishop f5. Now, obviously, just looking at this position, pretty much anybody would want to play this to get it pointed at the king. And that's another way of playing it. It's a sort of a simplifying way of playing it because capture, he accepts the isolated pawn. Um, and I should have a small advantage from this. Let's see how I want to do this. Part of me wants to just let him capture, even play b4 and force it. Well, that doesn't force it. And that's actually kind of problematic because if I play b4, he plays knight a4 with the intent of knight c5, which is a good square for him. Also don't want him coming here, though. So what do I want to do? Definitely don't want to capture. I want to keep this pawn isolated. In fact, if I move the knight, well, no, if I move the knight, he can push. I don't want to move up because that gives him a fork. Although, it doesn't really seem that bad. But again, he can come to c5, so it is bad. Okay. Let's play this. Sort of a waiting move. I want to see what he wants to do. If he plays knight e4, I'm going to play bishop e7 to control these squares that the knight would be harassing. I let myself get behind on time here. I'm hoping he just takes. I feel like that might even be, I hate to even say it's winning, but this looks much better for me. Um, I'm going to create an escape square just playing h6. And he's going to have a hard time holding on to this pawn. He already can't really defend it. I just have to create a little bit more. See, if I play h6, now if he plays rook down, I just take. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a one game. As much as I hate to say that, because so many things can happen in a chess game. He can create complications that I don't see right now um, easily. Rook over. And I'm fine with taking. Now he can't take because he has back rank problems. And I might just be up 2 pawns now. I gotta be careful though, because that queen comes in. I move here, the queen comes in here. I wonder if I can just play rook here, if that does anything. Might as well harass, right? Alright. Okay. Now, do I want to take? Of course I can't just yet. Can I? No, I can't. I can play this. Alright. I can afford to be patient here because I'm up 2 pawns. So I want to play queen here. Threaten that pawn. This is an objectively won position. Whether I win it or not is a whole nother story. Definitely outplayed him in the middle game. I'm going to let him take that pawn. Yeah, this isn't. And now I can just defend this pawn. I just have to choose how I want to do it. I can defend it with rook f8. I can defend it with... Let's see how I want to go about this. Can't check there. I want to threaten to play with check. I can do it this way. Yeah, let's do it that way. Now the threat is check and check. Like say he plays h4. I'm going to check here and then check here. All right, that'll work. I'll go up a pawn. This should still be winning. Okay. I need to watch my speed. You'd rather be behind the pawn, of course, but this should still be winning. I want to make sure if he pushes the pawns, it's at consequence. So I can capture a pawn here. Nope, I need to wait for him to come up. And it's okay if I go up 1 pawn. This is drawn. Damn. I messed up. Yeah. He should bring the king up. Let's see if I can trick him. Can't believe I blew that. I was up 2 full pawns. He plays rook all. He should play rook all the way back. He might not know the ending. If checks. Yep, king over. Now I'm threatening checkmate. I don't think he knows the ending. Now this is still objectively drawn. See if he knows that. All right. I don't know if this is one. I don't remember if this is one in a Philidor, but I don't think it is. Is that the move? It feels like he played that right. I'll just play this. Plays king. Yeah, this is drawn. He knows that. I really bunk with that. This is drawn. Okay. Oh, for a draw. There were a lot of places I could have won that. I want to see if this was drawn or won. Let's see. Right here. Am I winning this? No, it's a draw. Okay. I feel better knowing that was a draw. But I don't feel good knowing that I had a one position, easily one position. I was up 2 pawns. Everything was protected. My king was fine. And I let him out with a draw. But play another one. So against modern setups, I like to play big pawn centers. A lot of times they'll just push d5 right there. A lot of times. They're gonna play e5, and we'll play here. I'll play queen d2. If takes, I'll take with the knight. I don't mind trading this bishop off. Castle kingside. If takes, I take. Or if b5 take. That's an interesting move. Kind of want to play d5, but then he just pushes, right? And then this bishop is miserable. But that bishop's going to be miserable anyway. How do I trade that bishop off? Or do I want to trade that bishop off? It has to stay there for right now to protect e4. Unless I play straight back. Because this pawn's not going anywhere. Let's play that. And do I even have a threat here? 1, 2, 3. I don't think so. I'm going to play b4 here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to threaten this, freezing that bishop positionally. Or actually, now this is sort of a, well, no. Push, push. And then what? I can't take. Knight just takes. Let's get the queen here. It's crazy how playing against these great players, everything lines up perfectly all the time. It's like they always know which lines need to open. And so now I really want to play this, but I don't think it's any good. So of course I'm going to play it. Right, he plays up. So his bishop, I got his bishop, I got what I wanted to happen to happen. Now I need to protect this pawn. I'd like to end up with a knight here, but that may be pretty difficult. I should be able to allow, no, I need to move this knight to protect this pawn. I just hate to do it this way. But the good news is this pawn is double protected by minor pieces. If he comes here, which was expected, I feel like I can move here. Hmm. Queen takes. And now this bishop is... Okay, well, he moved the bishop for me. That's good news. All right. Now what? I wasn't expecting that at all. I wonder if I can play this. No. Back. Now queen takes. I wonder why he didn't take this pawn. It's kind of strange that he didn't take that pawn. Kind of strange. I definitely am not going to capture. But I have opened up this. He's probably going to play this right here. Oh no. Because then I'll play queen. Excuse me. Alright, let's see. Let's see what he does. Okay. Down. Up. Now what? Knight here. This bishop's still bad. But I have to get him to move this bishop. Can do that here. But I have to be careful with that. Yeah. Alright. So I have to do this. Ugh. Ugly. Kind of stuck now. Yeah. I don't know where I was with that. Yeah. Just really bad. Really, really bad. Again, really, really punching out of my weight class here. But we're going to keep playing. There's only one way to get better, right? Keep playing against better players. I'm going to try some new openings while I'm doing this. Next time I'm black, I'm going to try something new. But I'm never going to get away from the Papa Gambit. This is the one opening that is stuck in my repertoire. So against the Sicilian, he's usually going to push d5 anyway. It's going to transpose. Bishop b5 immediately is met with knight d4. So usually this, let him open up. Queen e2. And you have a choice here. Looks like he's castling kingside, so I'll play positionally, play safe, castle kingside myself. Bring a rook over to d1. And that is... The good news is that bishop's protected. So all I really have to do is this. And back. And he's going to have to spend time protecting that pawn. Unless he wants to trade b pawn for e pawn, which is fine. Yeah. Let's go here. That's going to be a problem. So I'm going to move. I can just leave this here for the time being. Push. Knight c4. So if push knight c4, queen takes a2, then his queen's trapped. That would be a fun line. My rooks are placed very poorly. Pawn storm does nothing. I wonder... No, can't do that just now. If I had another piece supporting c3, I could do it. And he knows that. Actually, this piece would be on pre, so I can do that. If en passant, rook takes. That's the move. They see everything. Rook over there, and he has to because the knight's on pre. Okay, maybe they don't see everything. Maybe he's just gonna play this, which I would definitely welcome. Okay. So what now? This knight is gonna blockade here. That helps me because now this is undefended and can't be defended. But how do I want to do this? Let's go. Yeah. Let's go here. Now, if knight here, queen's going to come back. And as is, bishop's going to come back. Rook's going to come back. All right, that is guarded. Let's double up. I'm going to leave this pawn alone. Play bishop here. I don't have any immediate threats, but I'm going to create a lot of pressure against his king here. These squares are covered with the bishop. These pawns are miserable. Oh, ooh, How did I not see that? Oh, and now he sees it and he's going to guard against it. I can't believe I missed that tactic. That was game over. He's gone. He almost has to play here now. Man, I can't believe I missed that tactic. Okay. What now? Here? Or do I play here, threatening here? That may be the move. How do you defend that? You can play really passively. If he does that, I'm tempted to play this. If I can get this bishop, then this queen can check along the diagonal. I can't believe I missed that tactic. Black resign. Still felt like he had a little bit to play for here. Wow. I cannot believe I missed that tactic. And the tactic I'm talking about, just in case someone's watching and doesn't see what I'm talking about here. See if I can get to it. As soon as the king steps away, then boom. And now, of course, he can't take because of checkmate. Wow, wow, wow. All right. Let's play another open. Let's play the French. Now, I don't know too much about the French. I know a lot of people avoid the main lines. I know basic French principles, which they say is enough to equalize a lot of the time below the grandmaster level. Now he opened up and allowed my bishop breathing room, so I have to assume that this is... Do I accept the isolated? Well, yeah, I can make double isolated pawns, right? If he just does this, yeah. Now this is an equal game. Castle, castle. Knight here, h6. Okay, let's look real quick and see if there's a advantage to be had here. There's not a good square for this bishop to develop to. I could play rook e8. Does that accomplish anything? I really want to develop this bishop. Feels important. This does nothing. It's biting on granite. Though I would love for it to mean something. Maybe rook e8 and then knight. Do rook e8, knight e4. If he doesn't play rook e1. If he does, I'll just play this. Okay. And knight there, I'm going to play... And now if he doesn't develop, he should develop the bishop there. That's exactly what I was going to say. I want to play knight here to play it here. I wonder if I can get away with that. Feels like I can't. So let's do it. Yeah, that's not a. I mean, he can't dislodge this knight. Let's see. I feel like I'm fine if I just do this. Am I? Yeah. He's not even trying to attack this pawn. This bishop's safe. So even if he plays this, I don't have to move the knight. The bishop's safe. I feel like neither of us has a plan. There's no real plan here on the board. And there's not enough time to develop one, really. I wonder if I could just play this. Now that the queen's there, if take, the knight can't attack the pawn on the next move. Let's see. It is, at the very least, an interesting move. Bishop, knight. So what happens next? Oh, how about I just threaten the old queen? Does that work? I don't see why not. Queen back, bishop takes. Or he might even sacrifice the queen. No, queen back. Now, is there a better move? Not that I see. Knight. Here, no. Here, no. I'm starting to run low on time, and I need to be careful. If I can dislodge this knight and take this pawn, that would be brilliant. I can just take here. Take, take. That's fine with me. Take. Right. Take. If takes here. And materials equal after all of that. Oh no. I want one low. One little measly pawn. I wonder if he'll. No, can't do that. I have to move the knight. Let's move it. I'm threatening to capture the bishop and then the knight. If he checks, I just get closer. If bishop down, knight, and I'm up 2 pawns. Should be fine for the end game. What happens here? Let's get closer. Shit. Excuse me. Can I just take here? Yes. Um, Time trouble. All right. I feel like I'm playing really well, but I'm getting into time trouble, and they're much, much better than me. in time trouble. In time scrambles, I am definitely um, very outmatched at this rating class. But I feel like I'm playing the open and middle games fine. I'm coming out of them better in most cases. I really need to get faster if I'm gonna play speed chess. That's a good question. Really, it's to get more games in. Um, I was playing whenever I started this stream. I was playing 5 minute games, and I was really explaining myself much better. A lot more thought behind the moves. I mean, it's really a good question. I don't have I don't have a good answer as to why I play speed chess when time restricts me. Um, I want to get better at it. I want to be better at speed chess for sure. I don't want to just do things that I feel I'm good at. But I'll play some more five eventually. I like 5 minute games. All right. I've accepted the double pawns on f6 here. I wonder if I should just play h6 and get that over with so that I can develop. Yeah, let's do that. f4. And give him a chance to undouble. Now, here, I'm tempted, instead of playing c takes, to play a takes so that I can attack this weak pawn on the a file. In fact, I will play that because he's going to have a hard time holding that pawn. If, for example, c4, rook to a8, rook to a1, then I just need to play rook to a5 to prepare b5. Oh, no problem. I'm really loving streaming. It's been a very rewarding experience for sure. Okay, now the idea here is just play this. And if takes, I'm going to be threatening both of these. Now here, I'm going to want to push because this pawn's going to be pinned. He's not going to be able to take with this pawn because the rook's undefended. And he can't defend it. So I'm going to get a passed pawn here. And he saw that, but there's nothing he can do to stop it either. Let's see if there's a way to do this. I need to get his king back here. It's also possible to defend this pawn, hold on for a draw, but I don't want to draw. I have 6 pawns, he has 5. We both have bad structures. This is sort of agreeing to a draw in a way. He plays here. The problem with not taking a draw at this level whenever I'm punching above my weight like I am is that whenever there's so few pieces on the board, I'm probably going to get outplayed in the end game. Yeah, saw that move coming. Um, and I really didn't do enough to stop that move. Um, man, that's disappointing. And there's really no way to play on is the problem. If he takes with bishop, oh, that's even worse. Okay, I have to play it poorly this game. I was doing well, and then I started to think that I had chances that I didn't have. The more he pushes the pawn, the better it is for me. Push, push. Okay, I kind of have to triple the pawns now. It's the only way I can win this pawn back. The end game inherently that difficult? Yeah, so I'm playing against players who are better than me. Um, my rating, my actual playing strength is somewhere around 2,000, and I'm playing. Uh, I had a good run of games a couple days ago, and I ran my rating up to almost 2,200. And in doing so, I'm now playing against people at the 2,200 range, even though me getting to that rating was kind of I don't want to say flukish. I mean, I played well, but I don't normally play at that level. I mean, this guy's playing perfect. I'm gonna resign. All right, I'm gonna play one more at this speed, and then I'm gonna move back to a slower speed. Let's play D4. I haven't played D4 this whole run. Sakasa, are you a chess player? You play a lot? Yeah, rating it can be psychological. It you go into a game knowing because of rating, you go into a game knowing how good your opponent is for the most part, and it can definitely um, play tricks on your mind. Just started playing chess today. Oh, it's great. It's look, let me give you some encouragement. I lost my first 18 rated games. So the first 18 games I played that had any kind of consequence to them, I lost. And now I play around 2,000 level, which is pretty good. And you will get there too. It's just going to take some time. I'm hoping he plays here so I can get my queen here. Right now I can't do that because this pawn is going to be undefended after bishop capture. That queen on e7, I don't think that's the best square for her. Maybe that's more of a hunch than anything else. That's a juicy square for the knight. And of course, this bishop's always fun. I want to develop this bishop. Let's develop it here. I don't want to give him that pawn push. Of course, there's the possibility of this. There's a couple answers, though. All right. So if I take, He probably takes back this way, but maybe not. Either way, I can just play here, and I should be fine. Let's do that. Now, if he plays this, I'm going to capture the knight. Okay. If he plays f6 here, I think I don't know if I lose a pawn or not. I can't tell. Maybe I just need to play this. So the idea is if I take with the bishop, he plays f6. I have to play back, and then this pawn is hit twice by the queen and the bishop. Now, if I take the pawn, with the pawn, the only way to win that pawn would be to play g5, which is sort of weakening. Let's do that. Let's settle. If he's going to win a pawn, let's make him weaken his position with g5. It's going to weaken all the squares around his king. And he's going to win this advanced pawn. And if he doesn't play g5 right now, I'm going to play that. Okay, he did play it. So I could also play this, which would be interesting. The only thing is, if I play there, then he can take. All right, I'm running out of time. Let's let him take. I'm going to take here with the bishop if he does. All right, I came out of that pretty good. But I am very low on time. What I'm really hoping is he does this so that I can get bishop in. But I don't think he would just go for that. Okay. Let's move this way. An idea is to bring this over. Now if takes, I'm going to play... Oh, shoot. I need another move. I need one move to bring my rook over first, which I'm going to do. Okay, I miscalculated that. I want to bring my king up and bring the rook over. Okay. Fine. Now he can't move his bishop. That would be a fun blunder. I should take this time while his queen's offsides to play. Okay, he didn't leave his queen offsides long. That was prudent. All right. I can play this. He's probably going to play queen here, which is good. Mm, yeah, I just kind of let him march right up the board on me right there, didn't I? He's going to play bishop down. Yeah. Mm. Take. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to play a slower time control and see if that lets me think a little more about what I'm doing. So here I'm playing 2084, which is closer to my playing strength. Scotch game, I'm going to take Scotch Gambit. Push e5 is the most fun variation. 5 minutes is still incredibly quick. Yeah, I suppose so. Uh, in tournament games, we'll play. I like to play d6 here. In tournament games, we'll play 90 minutes 90 minutes for both players to get all of their moves in. So 90 minutes for me, 90 minutes for my opponent, and it's definitely a long time, but I have used all of it. Now here we had to guard f7, and I do that while simultaneously attacking the bishop. And there is an insane line where the bishop just backs up. So I have to play h6, and then he plays f4, and everything's going crazy and getting captured and whatnot. So, all right, so here I'm going to play h6. If he plays f4 here, it would be a mistake because then I just take. Proactive gameplay. You mean planning ahead? If that's what you mean, that's the difficult part for all of us. Sometimes the hardest part is seeing what's right in front of your face. So you'll have this big elaborate plan for what you're about to do, and then it turns out you missed a simple tactic. See, I think this is a mistake because, or maybe not. So if I capture, he takes back with queen, so he's hitting f7. So I capture again, capture, and now I can't move the knight because of the attack on f7. But I feel like there's more there. For example, he should take, and now he captures back, but I play this, and now I should get out. For example, if he plays this, now I'm out, and I'm up a piece for a pawn. Some people resign right here. I think that there's still enough to play for, but I do have an open H file, which I plan to use. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to castle queenside. If he plays here, I'm going to give up a pawn by playing c6. What that'll do, he'll capture this pawn, and then I'll come to b6 with check. He'll capture, and I'll capture. I know that was a long sequence, but it's pretty easy. Whenever I do it, you'll see it's easy to visualize. Resigning quickly makes you like in-game practice. I could see that. I wouldn't say in-game practice. I would say it it's good to learn how to play on in worse positions for sure. Now I should probably just take here. No real reason not to. I'm gonna take, and again I'm hoping he comes here. Leads to a little um, sequence that'll be good for me. It's actually pretty good. The bishops here control all the squares on the F file coming into the king. So I could just really capture here. You usually don't like to. You don't like to capture, or you don't like to give up a bishop for a knight, especially when you have the bishop pair, which is when you have both bishops and your opponent only has one. But I also could try to maneuver. I could offer him the bishop here instead, which would help undouble my pawns in order to maneuver here and put pressure on h2, which is probably the best way to go about this. I can't play here because he is making a threat here. This is also playable. That might be the move. That is the move. I play that. If he takes the bishop, I take. Whenever you're up material, um, most trades are good. It's a qualifier there, most. Sometimes when you're up material, the best thing to do is to keep stuff on the board so that your attack has a better chance of succeeding, but that's usually not the case. Usually trades are good. This knight is going to be beautiful here. The queen will guard b7, and this should be an easy game for me. I can't castle until he moves away from a7. I'm not even really trying to win quickly here. He's making good moves. I could castle kingside here. I will castle kingside here. Why not? He wasn't expecting that, I know. Um, he doesn't have enough pieces to really attack this way. He can't come this way because of this bishop guarding h3. If he captures, yeah, that's a good resignation. He doesn't, after that castling, he didn't really have any way to get to my king. And I'm up material and I'm loading up on the f file. Now his bishop's kind of stuck there. I'm guarding g5, so I'm going to push g5. When his bishop moves, I'm going to take, and then I'm going to move this other rook over here. So he didn't really have much to play for there. Let's try another one. See, when I have more time to think, no, I'm making excuses. At 3-2 time controls, those guys, those 2200s are just, they're a lot better than me. And I'm not at that level just yet. I'm hopefully doing these sessions will help me get there, but I'm just not there yet. All right, Sicilian defense. And this level, the 2100 level, is right around when I think people start to know what they're doing in the Sicilian defense, because at lower levels they don't. Um, and it is evident. I don't play the Sicilian because it's too complicated. Um, there's just too much going on. Bishop b4, and I like to play f3. There's really not a whole lot that they can take advantage of with f3. If he doubles my pawns and gives me the bishop pair for it, I'm happy with that. How do I want to go about this? Bishop b5. I got bishop c4. Let's play bishop c4. If d5, I'm probably going to take. Let's take. And how good are my chances if I play this? No, because then he can just come back. So let's not do that. Let's not give him that. And I can't play bishop d3. I need to take first. Still can't play bishop d3. I have to play bishop e2. Because if I play bishop d3, it takes away the queen as a defender of the d4 square, so he can just push d4 and fork my two pieces. So that wouldn't be good. But then again, it kind of sets a little trap. It does set a trap. Let's set a trap. Now if he pushes, I can take, because if he takes back, the queen's undefended on d4, and I can take here with check. Okay, he saw that. So now I have to play this. If bishop back, I play b4. That's okay. Do I want to take? I'll just do this. Hmm. Yeah, I have to castle. Okay, let's play that. He's up a pawn, but these two pawns are so weak. I should be able to get him back. I should be able to get one back, not both. He's play here. No, that gives up the pawn. Now, he's threatening. Haha. Okay. Here. Now, say if he plays here, I'm going to play here and win the pawn back. I have to be very careful, though, because of knight fork tricks. He, if he brings the queen onto this diagonal, like he just did, wow. All right. That is a threat. Um, I can play this, though. Pawn push, and do things get interesting from there? I can't really tell. It's not that this position's complicated, because it's not. I should probably, yeah, let me get off that diagonal. At least that'll prevent any kind of crazy tricks. Um, I started playing chess competitively when I was 18 or 19, but I started playing chess um, when I was 6. So competitively, I was in college when I played my first rated games, and I was probably about 1400 strength, 1400-ish, somewhere around there, maybe a little lower. And I played against some good club players. The club I was in, it was in Baton Rouge, and it was Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and it was a lot of 1900 players, 1800, 1900 players, and I just got trounced often. So I'm 35, by the way, so that was about 17 years ago, 16, 17 years ago. Um, I will play this, but I don't like it. And he has to play this now. Yeah. And now, the new plan, now that he has played that, is to load up on this pawn. So I have to figure out how I want to do that. I can't do this yet because of the knight fork. So let's move back first. I think I want to move back here. If he plays knight down, or if he doesn't play knight down, I'm play this. The only problem with that is he threatens here, but I almost don't have a choice. I got a pretty cramped position right now. It's not great. I have this as a latent threat, but it's not a real threat at this point. For example, if I play queen h4, he'll just play h6, and he should be good. He's probably going to play here. I really don't know what's taking him so long, honestly. Hmm. All right. Let's play here. If he plays over, I can play this. All right. There's no threat from there. I don't think. Famous last words. If he plays down, ugh, yeah. Mm. See, the threat is to capture. All right. Let's see where I can go from here. I'm only down one pawn. I mean, I still it's not like death from here. He was threatening to take here and then checkmate me because this square is covered. And I had a piece on this square, so that would have been checkmate. Maybe here is his next play, in which case I would do that. So that would be a bad play. I might have him in a low spot here. I think I just capture, right? It looks like I'm fine if I just take, 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 take. Yeah, okay. I'll just capture. My rook is covering this square. Mm. Ooh, that's brutal. Wow. Dead. Wow. That was a hell of a game. All right. Maybe this is where I belong. 5 minute games. Not as many killers at the 5 minute level. They do know what they're doing with this Sicilian, though, at this level. And he's playing very quickly, which it doesn't really change the way I play. So this, most of them play d6 on the next move because the knight likes to come to g4 to harass this dark squared bishop, but he doesn't have it yet. All right, thanks for joining, Sakasa. Appreciate you. Bishop c4 here to prevent d5, d6, and then h3. There are other moves, but I like h3. All right, so he's playing the fork trick, which is always fun. Yes, there's a couple ways to do this too. Um, it's so annoying. These fork tricks are annoying. I should have just taken on f7. Does he go up a pawn? I feel like he doesn't have to. Let's see. Captures back. Okay. We can do that. I didn't want him to have this. That was the kind of the whole point there. All right, I might get out of this. Wow. I'm definitely going to go over this one with Stockfish because I don't think that was normal. Takes here, takes here. I'm up 2 pawns right now. So I finish up 1 pawn, right? And then what's the best move here? He has a light squared bishop and I don't. So he can defend any of those pawns. How's he going to defend? Okay, he's choosing to defend that way. No. Let's bring this over because it's going to be annoying if not. Alright, threatening this and this. And if he comes down, I don't think that's really a threat. But I guess we'll see. Okay. I got a pass pawn now, right? Hmm. I will... No. There, there. That... Let's do that. Do I want... Basically, I'm trading this pawn for this pawn. He can get this one too, but then my attack's pretty good. Let's do that. Yeah. He comes down, gets this pawn. Do I just take? I think so, huh? Yeah. This is probably drawn, I'm thinking. If I had to guess, this is probably drawn. I don't know if he can improve his position, and I don't know if I can improve mine. I'm going to try and march this pawn up and park it right there and really give him a headache. But he shouldn't let me do that. I'm guarding this, I'm guarding this. I mean, he should play h5 here, I would think. Maybe not. I don't know. He plays h5. I check here. I play up. Yeah, I got to be careful because he has a check here and then this pawn. Hmm. I can threaten checkmate here. That's the move. And now what? Yeah, I think that kills him. This pawn is blocking him from guarding this square. think he has to play f6 here. I think it's forced. Or I mean, he can give up the queen. He can play queen h6. Yeah, there's no other way out. Let's go back to that fork trick. I'm gonna call it a night after this, but go back to that fork trick just to see if there was a better way to handle it. All right, so he takes and is given a slight advantage to me. Knight takes e4 is actually the best move in this position, according to Stockfish. And I was considering that move, and it's saying that is the best. The way I did is fine. It's equal. Knight c6 is the best. And now Stockfish is recommending, you see here, bishop d3. But I don't like that because it gives this up. It gives him that b2 pawn. But let's see what's wrong with what I played. Bishop d4. So it's going back and forth between capture here and capture here. I was just going to take here. Queen takes, rook takes, king takes. And then I mean, I'm going to win one of those pawns back. I think it's equal. I think Stockfish is overreacting here. That's a joke, by the way. Obviously, I'm not as good as Stockfish. E5 was a big mistake. Um, my bishop c5 was good, and then my knight d6 was good. Yeah, so from there he was worse. C3 was apparently a big mistake. They wanted queen e2, which is good. Um, so after bishop e6, apparently b3, and I would just move the rook if he would play down. Let's see. So c3, bishop f5, e1, queen a4 was best. They didn't like me trading queen, offering the queen trade, but they really didn't like that. And then bishop d6 was best. So that plan that I came up with was best. That's good to know. Yep. And then h4. And after rook a1, you can see he has to give up the queen. It's the only way out. Should be this way. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys joining in for the stream today. And have a good night.